Hello students, in the present lecture we will discuss about the concept called solar cell. So in this lecture I will explain the full topic of solar cell starting from its working principle, its construction, working, VI characteristics and applications of solar cell. Basically a solar cell is a optoelectronic device which converts light energy into electrical energy. A solar cell will works on the principle of photovoltaic effect. So this can also be called as photovoltaic cell. Then basically a solar cell is nothing but a PN junction diode which works in zero bias mode. Now we will see the construction of solar cell. In this solar cell, the device structure consists of p-type semiconductor and n-type semiconductor, and these two types of semiconductors are heavily doped to get the maximum number of charge carriers, that is electrons and holes. You can observe in this diagram an n-type chip, an n-type semiconductor is placed over the p-type semiconductor, and the width or the thickness of the n-type semiconductor is very small. So the reason for that is the light which is coming from the top surface should reach the solar cell without any optical power loss. So in this diagram you can observe these two semiconductors, that is p-type and n-type semiconductors, are placed between the two metal contacts or two metal plates. So these two metal plates will conduct the electricity, and on top of the metal plate you can observe a glass window. This glass window will allow the light from the top surface of the solar cell. So whenever light, which is nothing but photons having sufficient energy, that is whose energy h mu is greater than or equal to Eg, then I said solar cell is nothing but a PN junction. So whenever sufficient energy of photons will strikes on the depletion region of the PN junction, then these photons will generate the electron and hole pairs. So electron and hole pairs are generated in the depletion region, and due to the electric field acts in the depletion region or barrier electric field, these charge carriers will experience a force, and due to this the charge carriers will experience a force, and due to this force the charge carriers, that is electrons, are diffused towards n type and the holes are diffused towards p type. So force experiencing by the charge carriers, charge separation happens. So due to this charge separation, so very high number of charge will forms on the two metal plates, and this charge separation will generates the electric current. So in the case of solar cell, the conversion of optical energy into electrical energy will happens because of diffusion of charge carriers, and this diffusion of charge carriers will generate the electric current. And this, first of all, this diffusion of the charge carriers will generate a photo EMF, and due to this photo EMF a photoelectric current is generated in the solar cell. So this generated photoelectric current I is directly proportional to the area available for light capturing at the top surface, and at the same time this generated current is also directly proportional to the intensity of the incident light. So this is the working principle of solar cell. So whenever light of sufficient energy will strikes the PN junction diode, these light rays will travels towards the PN junction, and in the case of PN junction they will generate the electron and hole pairs, and the diffusion of these charge carriers will generate a photo EMF. From them this photo EMF will create or generate electric current. Solar cells connected in large number of either in series or parallel connections are called as solar panels, and these solar panels has the ability to generate the very large amount of powers in the dimensions of few kilowatts. Now we will see the VI characteristics of solar cell. VI characteristics of solar cell. If you plot the V versus I relation, that is voltage versus I relation of the solar cell, then we will get the curve like this. So for the lowest values of voltage, the curve is almost linear, but as the voltage of the solar cell increases, then the current will decreases gradually, and then it will reaches the point 0. So from the VI characteristics of solar cell, we can determine few parameters like ISC, which is nothing but short circuit current, and VOC, which is nothing but open circuit voltage, and efficiency of the solar cell. And the rating of the solar cell is be done on these parameters, that is ISC, VOC and efficiency. See here, ISC, which is nothing but short circuit current, which is nothing but maximum amount of current flowing in the solar cell when voltage of the solar cell is equals to 0, or we can also say that the short circuit current is the maximum current which is flowing through solar cell when voltage across the cell is 0. And the next parameter is VOC, which is nothing but open circuit voltage, which can also be stated as open circuit voltage is the maximum voltage across the solar cell at 0 current. So we can determine these two from the graph. So short circuit current is nothing but maximum current is allowed in the solar cell when the voltage is equals to 0, and open circuit voltage is nothing but maximum value of voltage when the value of current is equals to 0. And from this graph we can also formulate the maximum power point, which is represented by MPP, and which is the product of we can also write it as PM is equals to maximum voltage into maximum current. Now our next point is efficiency. Efficiency can be stated as it is the ratio of electrical energy generated from the solar cell to light energy gained by solar cell. So in general the efficiency of the solar cell is in the range of 20 to 30%. That means only 20 to 30% of the light energy is converted into electrical energy or current. So to improve the efficiency of the solar cell, nowadays the solar cells are made up of nano thin films, and the mostly used element in the case of solar cell is cadmium. So this is all about the VI characteristics of solar cell. So from the VI characteristics of solar cell we can determine the parameters of ISC, VOC and efficiency, and based upon these parameters the rating of the solar cell is given. Now we will see the applications of solar cells. The main advantage of this solar cell or solar power is that this power generated from the solar cell is 100% eco-friendly, and this is a very clean energy and sustainable energy. Why? Because the raw material which we used in the solar cells are light, and we will use semiconductors. So both the semiconductor materials and light, that is sunlight, is abundant in the nature, so the raw material is very cheap, and nowadays the cost of the solar generated power is become very low when compared with the thermal and hydel powers. One more application of the solar cell is these solar cells are used as batteries, or used to charge the batteries in the satellites and space vehicles. A very good examples of this category is Chandrayaan 2. See, everyone has known that recently ISRO has launched a satellite onto the moon and named it as Chandrayaan 2. So in this Chandrayaan 2, both the lander and the rover are designed in such a way that they will get the electrical power from the solar panels. So getting the energy from the solar panels, these batteries which are present in the lander and rover will be charged up, and after charging they will send these signals, electrical signals or communication signals to the earth. So this is one of the good example of solar cell, and these solar cells are also used in the digital watches and calculators. They are also used in electronic devices like laptops and computers. And one more important application of the solar cell is these solar cells are used for the domestic power supply. And by using the solar panels, we can power the very remote areas in the country, and by using solar panels we can also run the water pumps. And one more application is by using solar cells we can also run the alarm systems. So these are the applications of solar cell. The main application of this solar cell is that we prefer solar cell because of its 100% eco-friendly and clean. This solar energy is very clean energy, and we can sustainable on it, and the cost of the solar cell or solar energy has become low when compared to thermal and hydel power nowadays. And we can use this solar energy in the case of satellites and in the case of vehicles. A very good example for that one is Chandrayaan 2, which is launched by ISRO in the recent days, and the components of that satellite, that is lander and rover, which will detect and get the information from the moon, will uses the energy from the solar panels, and charging up the energy by the solar panels they will send the electrical signals or communications to the earth. Due to accumulation of charge carriers on the metal plates, that is top and bottom, then the top face will become negatively charged and the bottom face will become positively charged. And if these two metal plates are connected through an external circuit by using an resistor, let us consider I am connecting these two wires to an electrical bulb. then this bulb will glows because of the charge carriers, because of the flow of charge carriers from these two terminals.